Hi guys! So I'm really excited. We're getting closer to day one of your journey. I know the lighting is terrible with the sun shining through the windows right now, but we're gonna deal. So I wanted to talk to you today about meal planning and how you're going to plan your meals, the easiest way to do it. I'll give you some tips that you can use that I use every single week. I'm also going to give you a blank plan so that you can fill it out with your food and your containers and all that stuff. So you're going to be organized and you're going to have success with this. So the first thing, if you haven't already, and I hope you've taken the time to do this, is figure out your container amounts. Once you know your container amounts, this will be a breeze. If you try to do it without knowing, then you're not going to know how much of each food group you should be eating, and you're going to get overwhelmed and you're not going to do it. So keep in mind, in order to enter the group on Monday, your meal plan needs to be done. And this is something I expect you to do not just for the first week, but every single week. So you get in the habit of doing it and getting on track with it. Once you get in the habit of doing it, it's so easy, and you realize how much money you're saving just buying the food you're going to eat and not just buying a bunch of stuff that you don't need. So the first tip, and this is something that I do, I take time, I sit down every Friday or Saturday, and I plan out my meals for the following week. And I always start with my dinners. I look at what I want to eat for dinner, and I usually alternate it. So maybe on Monday I'll have a steak, and then Tuesday I'll have fish, and then maybe I'll have chicken one day, and then the next day I'll have fish again. So I alternate it, and when you alternate it and you go like chicken, fish, chicken, fish, chicken, fish, you're going to save money because you don't need to buy as many things. You just need to buy chicken and fish for that week. So I always start with dinners. My dinners are usually a protein, a vegetable, and a carb. Just ignore my annoying dog right now ringing the bell. So I always start with dinners. It's usually protein, vegetable, and carb. Depending on what your containers are, you may do a protein and 2 vegetables and a carb, or you may do 2 proteins, a vegetable, and a carb. It just depends on how many containers you have for the day. But typically my dinners are green, a red, and a yellow. And then what you can also do if you want to save money and time, whatever you make for dinner, if you make extra, then you can use that you can use the leftovers for your lunch the following day. So if I make grilled chicken and broccoli and sweet potatoes for dinner, then I'll make extra sometimes, and I'll use that extra for my lunch the next day. So that saves you money, saves you time. You don't have to cook twice, you just cook one time, and then the leftovers become lunch. Something else that makes it easier to plan your meals is once you have your dinners, figure out when you're going to have your shake, and that's 2 meals that are already planned. So I usually have mine for breakfast, and I have mine in the morning. I put half a banana in there. I'll put a teaspoon of peanut butter, some water and ice, and cinnamon and stuff. So that'll be my first meal. So I've got my shake plan, and I've got my dinner plan. And if I'm using leftovers from dinner for lunch the next day, I've got that planned. If you're not doing that and you like to eat salads for lunch or sandwiches or different things like that, which I personally do like to do, I will plan my lunches next. And lunch is typically a vegetable, a protein, and a carb as well. If I don't have the carb for lunch, I usually have it for one of my snacks. So once you have your shake planned, which is one of your meals, probably breakfast. If not, then whatever works best for you. Then you'll have your dinner planned. Then you can plan your lunch. And then you can fill in the gaps with whatever containers you have left. So let's say you have a blue container and a green container left. That could easily be a snack. That could be hummus and carrots, or peppers, or cucumbers, any kind of vegetable. That could be guacamole, like avocado, and another kind of vegetable. I don't know, whatever you like to dip in there. If you have a yellow, it could be guacamole and like a cracker or whatever, or avocado toast, piece of toast, blue container and a yellow. That could be a snack. Another snack could be, let's say you have a red and a fruit left. You can do hard-boiled eggs and an apple. Or you can do hard-boiled eggs and whatever kind of fruit you want. You can also do a Greek yogurt, plain Greek yogurt, not the kind with like the sugar and the fruit in it, but you can put your own like agave or whatever. You can do a Greek yogurt and fruit, and that would be a snack. But it just depends on what containers you have left. So if you plan your if you plan your dinner first, and then your shake, and then your lunch, you'll know what you have left that you can use for your 2 snacks that day. Something else that I wanted to talk about is, I think I already talked about it, alternating. So if you're going to have, like, don't think you need to buy chicken and shrimp and other kinds of fish and steak and sausage and pork and like all of these meats for 1 week. Pick like 2 or 3 and just stick to those for that week. And then if next week you want to try 2 or 3 different ones, then just stick to those for that week. But if you try to eat like a million different things in 1 week, it's going to cost more money because you're going to have to buy more things. And you could potentially have a lot of food go bad because you don't have time to eat it. So even with vegetables, I pick like a few vegetables that I'm going to eat. So this week I bought cauliflower, I bought butternut squash and as a spaghetti squash, and I think that was it. Yeah. So those are the 3 vegetables that I bought for this week, and I'm eating those every day. Not all of them every day, but one day I'll have spaghetti squash, one day I'll have butternut squash, one day I'll have cauliflower. But I'm only eating those 3 vegetables this week, aside from like salad stuff, because it saves money when you do that. Another thing too, if you're going to have fruit, you only have 2 servings of fruit a day. So don't think you need to buy berries and apples and bananas and pineapple and mango and like all these fruits. Just pick 2 for the week and stick to those 2. So maybe you want to do half a banana in your shake in the morning and maybe you have an apple for a snack later. Then just buy apples and bananas that week. You don't need to buy every fruit that the store has unless they have like a really good sale on berries and you want to do like a 2 for $6, then do that. But that's just some tips to save you money when you're food shopping. And we'll talk a little bit more about food shopping later on this week about like having your list. But in order to make your list, you need your plan. So I'm going to post a link to a blank one of this so that you can fill it out with your food, with your containers. I even have a spot where you can put your workouts in there. And once it's done, I want you to take a screenshot of it, or if you print it out, take a picture of it and post it in a comment below this video so that I know on Monday everybody has a meal plan that they're following. And it's something that I want you to do for yourself so that you can get in the habit of doing it. And I mean, it's more beneficial to you if you're doing it for yourself than if I'm just doing it for each of you, because you're not going to learn anything if I do it for all of you. So you need to make your own meal plan. We're all adults here. I'm providing you with all of the tools to do it. I'm telling you exactly how to do it. I have example meal plans. If you look in the albums of this group and you go to photos and then you go to albums and then you go to meal plans, there's tons of examples in there. So feel free to look through those for ideas. But just know that I'm not being mean by not making it for you. I'm being helpful and I'm having you take the initiative because, I mean, as you continue with this, you're going to be doing, this is going to be a habit. So 3 months from now, you're going to know what you're doing. You're going to stay on track with your goals. It's not something that I'll be able to do for you for the rest of your life. So I want you to learn how to do it so that you can do it and continue to have success with it. So like I said, I want to see everyone's meal plan. Either print it out and take a picture, or if you're doing it on your computer, take a screenshot, post it on the comments of this video, and make sure you look at the albums to look for the sample meal plans. And I believe the blank template may be in there already. If not, I will add it. I'll also put it on this post too, just in case, so it's in 2 places so you could find it. But I hope that was helpful. I see some of you think that was great advice, so I'm happy that it's helpful. And I'm really excited to kick this group off on Monday. If you have any questions about anything between now and then, please feel free to reach out and ask me or post it in the group. I'm sure everyone has the same kind of questions. But I hope you enjoy the rest of your Thursday, and I will see you tomorrow, and we're going to be talking about planning your workouts and sticking to a schedule, which is super important. So yeah, have a great day, and we will talk soon. Bye.